Hello, my name's Gavin. This is Genre Books. It's Tuesday, it's Tag Tuesday, and this week I wasn't tagged in this tag, but I'm going to do this tag anyway. Booktag, the sequel, created by KD Books, and I've seen tags or versions of this tag from James at Quaint and Curious Volumes and Randy Ray, the Literate Texan, in the last week, and I just thought I'd jump on and give it a go. There are only 5 prompts. Prompt number 1. Do you feel obliged to read? No, I don't. And if I didn't read, or for some reason could not read, there are plenty of other things that could fill my time. I read because it's the most fun. I think maybe there is an obligation to read because you're on BookTube. I don't know if that's the idea behind the question. But no, I don't feel obliged to read. I feel privileged to read, to, firstly, be able to read. Secondly, to have books to read. Thirdly, to be involved with a bunch of like-minded people on the internet who also like to read. So it's all good. Prompt number 2. Numbers aren't everything. Agree, disagree. Both, neither. I feel able to say that because I'm in that happy medium. I don't have a huge channel that I feel beholden to provide certain types of videos. I don't have so few subscribers that I feel I'm screaming into the void either. So I can, to an extent, not pay attention. But of course numbers are important. We want to feel that people agree, endorse, support what you might say about things, what you might be interested in. But I don't feel it's important enough to stop me doing what I want to read next. Of course, I get excited when the subscriber numbers go up. It's a sign of support. And then I'll do a video on Zane Grey or Marie Corelli and watch those subscriber numbers go down again. So I can't put too much store by numbers going up, because I know that just around the corner is something someone won't want to watch. But I think most people who make videos on this platform know how many subscribers that they have. It's not something you can feign ignorance of, and Lord knows the YouTube Studio app is constantly throwing numbers at you. It will throw the weekly stats at you. It will give you every kind of metric that you would want to know. It will give you numbers you really don't need to know. I think probably where I am with it is, yes, I get infused when there are more subscribers and more views. I don't get so infused about it that I feel the need to request more subscribers and views every video. I think I've done it 3 or 4 times. And it never really worked, so I don't do it anymore. Prompt number 3. Do you feel pigeonholed? Do you feel you need to make content on certain things? No. I feel you have to keep making videos. That's the only key. And I do try to be consistent. I will have videos at the same time during the week. I will have short videos, 1 a day, which I batch record and upload. takes forever and it's a bit of a pain, but it keeps consistency. And if I come off that treadmill, I might not get back on it again. Videos will become sporadic and I will pay less attention and lose interest, and I don't want to. But in terms of what I make the videos on, I do a tag video each week. That's hardly pigeonholed. The subjects are all varied. I have little series that I do myself, and that's not pigeonholing, that's deciding to do it. In terms of reading, like I've said, I want to read widely. This year it's been Shakespeare, Jane Austen, George Griffith, Agatha Christie, the Islamic scholars of the 10th century, Theosophists, Spicy Pulps, Jane Mansfield, Fred Hoyle, Robert E. Howard, Zane Grey, Adrian Tchaikovsky, Clifford D. Simak, Lynn Carter, James Hilton, Alexandra David Neal, Philip Jose Farmer, Jules Verne, Francis Parkman, Richard Shaver, Nigel Neal, Neville Shute, Arthur Haley, Christopher Marlowe, Dorian Lynskey, Andre Breton, Margaret Oliphant, Algernon Blackwood, Richard Francis Burton, H. Rider Haggard, Marie Corelli. There'll be other different writers before the end of the year. I don't think that's pigeonholing. Possibly the only pigeonhole is there is a definite bias towards things that aren't from this century. So I'm keeping it 20th century and before for the most part. Prompt number 4. Are you reading for the algorithm? No. I don't think I am. No one knows what's in the algorithm, so who knows? Maybe it's playing us all. But if I read for anything, it will be for the BookTube events. And I get to choose which events I want to do, and it makes a nice bit of seasonality. It sprinkles some structure into the year's reading, which I am not beholden to follow. If I knew exactly what was in the algorithm, would I do it? Probably not. Very occasionally you'll get lucky with a video, but I think my attention to this, my interest in this would wane were it reduced to a science that I was trying to pick my top 10 books in a certain genre each and every week. I don't think any of us are really reading towards the algorithm. If we paid attention to the algorithm, none of us would be on BookTube. I would be selling you financial advice and vitamin supplements. And prompt number 5. What's the worst part of content creation for books? Well, I think the phrase content creation would have to be pretty high up there. I make videos. If anything, I'm a discontent creator. But if we're talking what's the worst part of making videos, I can tell you what the worst part of making videos is. It is the editing. Because you have to end up, you hear yourself talk whilst you do record the video, and then have to watch yourself say the same thing back. I could do without hearing my own voice or watching myself for a few hours every weekend, but I think that's probably the price I have to pay. Until I can speak in unbroken sentences fluently without hesitation, repetition or deviation, then I am not going to get away from the necessity of editing. But there are the 5 prompts and my answers. Thank you to the creator of this tag. I will tag some people below. Until next time, bye.